In the quiet village of Eldenwood, nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, lived a young boy named Thomas. Known for his fiery spirit and passionate heart, Thomas often found himself caught in the throes of intense emotion. Whether it was joy, anger, or sadness, his feelings would sweep over him like a storm, leaving him exhausted and sometimes alienating those around him. One day, after a particularly heated argument with his childhood friend, Rowan, Thomas felt a pang of regret and frustration. He had always admired Rowan's calm demeanor and wondered how he managed to stay so composed even in challenging situations. Determined to find answers, Thomas sought Rowan's guidance. Rowan, understanding his plight, suggested a journey to the old hermit, who lived at the edge of the forest. The hermit, known only as Master Thorne, was rumored to have great wisdom about controlling one's emotions. Thomas set out the next morning, his heart a mix of hope and trepidation. The path to Master Thorne's cottage was long and winding. As he walked, Thomas reflected on his emotional outbursts and the chaos they often caused. By the time he reached the cottage, he was filled with a sense of urgency to find a solution. Master Thorne welcomed him with a serene smile. After listening to Thomas's story, he nodded thoughtfully. "Controlling emotions," he said softly, "is not about suppressing them, but about understanding and managing them." He led Thomas to a quiet grove behind his cottage, where a small, tranquil pond lay nestled among the trees. "This pond," he explained, "is a reflection of your mind. When a stone is thrown into it, ripples spread across the surface, but when the water is still, it reflects everything clearly." Master Thorne picked up a smooth stone and tossed it into the pond. The water rippled, distorting the reflection of the surrounding trees and sky. "Emotions are like these ripples," he continued. "They can distort your view and cloud your judgment if you let them. To control them, you must first learn to calm the waters." He then handed Thomas a small, delicate bamboo flute. "This flute will be your tool. When you feel overwhelmed, play a simple tune. Focus on the sound and let it guide you to a place of calmness." Thomas practiced playing the flute under Master Thorne's watchful eye. At first his music was uneven and shaky, reflecting his turbulent emotions. But as he continued, his playing grew more steady and soothing. He learned to use the flute to center himself and quiet his mind. Over the next few weeks, Thomas returned to Eldenwood with a newfound sense of tranquility. Whenever he felt his emotions rising, he would retreat to a quiet place, play his flute, and let the soothing notes bring him back to balance. His interactions with others became more thoughtful and measured, and he found himself better able to handle conflicts and challenges. One evening, as he sat by the same pond where he had first met Master Thorne, Thomas gazed at his reflection. The pond's surface was calm, and the trees and sky were perfectly mirrored. He realized that, like the pond, his emotions could be managed and understood, allowing him to reflect the clarity and calm he sought. Thomas's journey to control his emotions taught him that inner peace is not about eliminating feelings, but about learning to navigate them with grace and understanding. By embracing this wisdom, he found harmony within himself and in his relationships, enriching his life and the lives of those around him. And so, the village of Eldenwood came to cherish Thomas not just for his passionate spirit, but for the wisdom and calm he had learned to cultivate, becoming a beacon of balance in the heart of his community.